Now, from high school, where, yes, I was player of the week, player of the year, the whole thing, River City Tribune voted us in. And then I went to I went to Oregon State on a baseball scholarship, rained all the time up there, didn't want to figure I could get any baseball in up there, so I transferred down to San Jose State, where the coach said, sure, come on down here. And so I did, and I had to lose a year of eligibility, but then I played the next year, and that was the year that I had a big year pitching for San Jose State, hitting, and I got signed by a Yankee scout, Dolph Camilli. I should give him credit because he's a wonderful guy. And so that was it. Then it started the whole 7-year deal of, playing ball in the minor league. That was 1965. I had been drafted by the San Francisco Giants in '64 in El Paso, and then, even though I had a good year, that can happen. You stagnate sometimes. You don't get the bump up like you think you should. But anyway, so I go to Springfield, which is also AA, El Paso AA, Springfield AA. Well, we started, it was supposed to start at 1 o'clock, and there was rain the night before, make a long story short, so they put it off to 3 o'clock so that the field wouldn't be so soggy. It was May 9th of 1965, and I was not the starting pitcher. We had 3 pitchers before me, and one went 11 innings, and then 3 innings, and then 2 innings, and I got in the 17th inning. So I was the last pitcher. They had a similar situation. They had 3 pitchers. Some ended up being big leaguers, real good pitchers. Well, anyway, for 25 of the first 25 innings were zeros all the way across. There it is right there. Just 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And I remember it was about 6.5 hours. The game was near 6.5 hours. It was 9:30 at night. We had a doubleheader planned for the next day. My arm felt like a noodle. I hadn't pitched in 18 days. And I was in my 10th inning when I was pitching. And now with all of that in mind, that's not really as relevant as the fact is that we finally scored a run in the 26th. They scored a run in the 26th. I wish I could have closed it off, but I couldn't. And anyway, then we didn't score, and they scored. I told you one time how sore it was, how it happened. I still wanted to win the game. But they were all tired. The guys, not everybody, but catcher was tired, second baseman was tired. So a pitcher usually gets the ball, he looks around to see, where the infield is, and if it's too far back, he calls him in. That's his business. That's his game. So he calls him in. Yeah, second baseman wouldn't come in. So I didn't do anything, out of my mind to say to him, but I knew that I thought about it when I got back to pitching, and I had a guy on third and a guy on second and 1 out. So I needed 2 more outs to get out of the 27th inning. So the guy hits a ground ball, slow grounder to second. Guess who? He's back further than I thought that he should be. And he throws it home, and as it says in this original article from Elmira, New York, it was a very close call, and I thought he was out. But anyway, by the 9.5 hours, or 6.5 hours, it's 9:30 at night. We got 2 games tomorrow. You can imagine some of the feeling of the guys there. My catcher, I know he couldn't wait to get, he had 27 innings behind the plate. He couldn't wait to get it over with. He's not going to get the loss. I was going to get the loss. It's the difference between a pitcher and a position player, especially after that many hours. So the game's over. They say it's the longest game in history. At that time it was. They're getting balls signed, bats going to be sent off to Hall of Fame. It still is the longest scoreless game from beginning. And then, of course, the 27-inning game, that we were the longest on that too, was broken the next year. So I guess that was sort of upsetting a little bit, but not really. The 25 scoreless, and the reason why is selfishly because I was the guy that brought us into the 25th inning from whatever it was, 17th to the 25th. So I felt pretty proud of that, but it's not something that not too many people know about.